kicking the ball up from the 40-yard line. Couple Phillipsburg players back in the names of Isaiah Craighead and Matthew Quattel. Referee blows his whistle, and here we go with the home portion of Franklin High School football for 2019. A short kickoff, taking it about the 12-yard line and running around to about hurdling to about the 30-35. A nice return to the 36-yard line. Math the new players, but the offensive line, one of the key strengths for this Phillipsburg team. All right, so 1st and 10. And speaking of the run up the middle, down to about the 40-yard line for a 4-yard pickup. And I believe that was brought down by Isaiah McKenzie. And this time, they'll line up receivers. Again, heavy run. Quattel breaks a couple of tackles, but it looks like he's going to be a little short of a first down, as it's Noah Ratliff and Kevin Millman who were able to get in. And I talked with Coach Petkowski a couple weeks ago regarding this Franklin team in one of our broadcasts, and he talked about speed being a key figure in this game. And
he got help to bring down the running back, so
they do line a receiver on the right on 3rd and a yard. They'll hand it off Quattel again, but he'll have an easy first down as he rolls to about the 49-yard line. So Quattel's had 3 carries for 14 yards already. Email.com. Back to action here, 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. As Reeves will pitch it out. Quattel again, crossing the 45, 38-yard line, having to chase him down, Kevin Millman. And Quattel's had all the carries. Phillipsburg will line up this time a receiver on the near side. They're going to go I formation. So they're showing multiple formations here, even though they're going line heavy. And now man in motion to the left slot. Inside hand, now somebody new here, going down to the 32-yard line. And that is Isaiah Craighead for a gain of 4.
Fresh, we'll see how they play that.
Well, sometimes rotation does a good thing in certain positions. Now without a receiver, 2nd and 6. Here's a handoff, and not going to be too much. Down to about the 30-yard line, so it's going to force a 3rd and 3. Bobby Corey, I believe, was the gentleman who had that one. So now a 3rd and 3 coming up. Right to Franklin 30, barely a count. Quattel the carry. He'll have an easy first down as he has to take 2nd ever. And it's still going, crossing the 20, and then steps out of bounds at about the 15-yard line. Looked like there's also a late flag on the play.
Yeah, it looks like he got hit out of bounds after he was already out. We'll see what they call here.
If that's a late hit, that's going to be 1st and goal for Phillipsburg at about the 8-yard line. And while we have a second, we will tell you about the officials for this game as they discuss. Let's get the call. Yeah, after the play was over, personal foul on Franklin, so half the distance, and Phillipsburg will have 1st and goal. The field judge, Sean Perry. So here's Phillipsburg, 1st and goal at the 8-yard line. Oh, it's a play fake. Reese got to go for the end zone, and it is welcome to the end zone. What a very clever play on the part of Tommy Corey to bring it down in the back of the end zone. Extra point, the snap kick on its way, and down the middle and good to give Phillipsburg a 7-0 lead over the Franklin Warriors. Franklin will get their first chance in just a moment. Let's tell you that this Franklin High School football game.
Franklin can come back on offense and get some scoring going here. Keep it within the game right now.
Okay, so it will be Phillipsburg kicking off as Michael Gomez, the senior, will, of course, kick off in the 40. That's what we do for high school football. The approach, and here's the kickoff, and it's going to go all the way back to the 3-yard line for Donnell McCullough, who's not going to get too much as he is hit by a wave of Phillipsburg defenders at the 18-yard line. Good special teams on the part. We'll go under center and line up 3 wide slot left. Let's see what Gordon decides to do. He sent a man in motion to the right. Will they run? Yes, they do. Handoff crossing the 20, maybe down to the 21-yard line for a 3-yard pickup. And that forces a 2nd and 7 on the play. I believe, and they got number 14, that was the one who carried it. 21-yard line as Gordon will line things up. Single setback this time. They're looking heavy on the left, and they're going to pitch it out. And not going to be too much. In fact, maybe a loss of a yard on the play. Looked like DeJean Thomas, the junior, was able to try to get outside, but Phillipsburg has some speed along the edges, and they were able to stop him.
Yeah, they were able to string that out. He tried to get to the outside, and they
surprise win against Elizabeth. Caught a couple of huge breaks in that game. Hey, you never know what can happen in this league. On 3rd and 9, 3 wide slots to the right, a bobbled snap, and Gordon has to fall on it. and down at about the 6-yard line. So those little things, those things of execution that turn out to be so important in game running time here. Standing like halfway through the end zone with a good snap. The rush comes, but a short punt, and it is taken at the 35, and that is where Phillipsburg will begin the fair catch and dive. Nazir very quickly lying up on 1st and 10. There is a handoff. Oh, and a very hard hit down to the 34-yard line. And the hit provided by Noah Ratliff on running.
A little bit more of that and get a stop here.
They're going to diamond the far side, empty backfield as it's 2nd down, and Quittel makes a spin move and goes down to the 32-yard line for another 2-yard gain. So a little bit of a surprise formation by Phillipsburg. A run-heavy team decides to pass one. 3rd and 6 from the 32-yard line. It's another run. Quittel down to the 30, and I don't think he's getting a first down. He's about 3 yards short to the 29. So Franklin's defense, a good job in containment there. So I'm willing to bet that Petch made some adjustments on the defensive side.
Yeah, for sure. They made some adjustments there. They
15 if you could, but they're going to go for it.
Yeah, they're going.
High formation with a receiver. They'll go heavy. I think. Don't be surprised Quittel gets it.
Pass.
So it's a play action looking.
Down
He's
the middle.
Over the end zone. There you go again. Welcome to the end zone for the 2nd time in a row. Tommy Corey. This one from 29. Fence here. Extra point coming up. The snap. Kick on its way, and it just makes it. The kick is good. It's Michael Gomez, the one very quickly when it comes to getting themselves ready. It's almost like fast forward football. Now in high school, you're allowed to do a little run up like this. As here's the kickoff that is headed to about the 4-yard line. Let's see what happens here. Trying to get to about the 20. They do. Oh, he splits a gap. Another missed tackle. Crossing the 30, and that's all he gets. That was a nice try on the part of Taj Hyman. Tell your friends to do the same so you can check us out here. We got some good action going on here for you tonight here from Somerset. 1st and 10 from the 30 as Gordon's back. The pass throws high and incomplete. I mean, that was very high. Intended for number 4. Trajectory goes off, and that becomes a big problem and could go into the wrong hands. In the shotgun, 4 receivers on 2nd and 10 from the 30. Gordon back under a late blitz. He's going to fire left side. And is that a catch? But there's a flag down at the end of the play.
Yeah,
well, let's see what this is all about.
I'm trying to see if they're marking it. It looked like he caught it unless we couldn't see it from the camera view.
Well, no, they're going to rule it incomplete, but hold tight. There is a flag down.
Yeah, we'll see if it was on defense or offense. There was definitely some pushing as they were coming down the field.
If it's on defense, it will be a first down. We'll see what the referee says. Mark Davison, of course, is the guy. And it's pass interference against Phillipsburg, so a free first down for the Franklin Warriors. Not foul. So Franklin will have 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. Again, Gordon to shotgun. They'll split the receivers back to the right. And then a read option and a pass caught, crossing midfield and splitting to the 45, 44-yard line.
Blitz from
Donnell McQuilla is the last-second substitution. Again, same play, 4 wide with a back to the right. 1st and 10 at the Phillipsburg 45. They'll read option this, and Gordon takes off. He'll get to the 40, 39-yard line. Nice job on the part of Gordon to call it. I'll call the number and do it myself. Gain of 6. Formation here, and they're going to go possibly a full house here. A delayed eye formation, 2nd and 4. And a handoff. Oh, missed tackle. 35. Oh, look out to the 30. Down to the 21-yard line. A gain of 18 and a first down for the Franklin Warriors, and saving the touchdown that time. Looked like this happens. That's all a team needs to possibly get points on the board.
Yeah, just get a little momentum, just a little positive, and then all of a sudden your team feels a little confident.
Catch your breath. Try back full house here. First down, they're going to bounce a handoff. There's a little bit of a hole crossing the 20, the 15, the 10, into red zone and goal to go territory. Number 12, Donnell McQuilla with a gain of 13 and 1st and goal from the 9.
Yeah, that was an off tackle.
Say 14 actually, because it's 1st and goal from the 8. Same formation, a receiver on the far side. Will they run it again? They will. Bounce into the 5-yard line and a gain of 3 yards. And goal from there. And I'll tell you one thing. I think Coach Petch has been able to exploit the center of the Phillipsburg defense. So it looks like a little game of cat and mouse. They'll go I formation here. Here's a handoff up the middle and almost getting in, but to about the 2-yard line.
Yeah, they gave it to the up back that time. Everybody kind of grabbed him as he went through, but before they switched sides here.
Well, let's not give each other a headache on it. 3rd and goal from the 3. A high pitch, and it's not going to work. They tried a little razzle-dazzle, but Phillipsburg was ready for it, and it ends up being a 2-yard loss. So now it'll be 4th down, and the quarter will run out. So what do you think Franklin will do when we return? Goal from the 5. So what you said, Franklin, I'm sorry, Frank, that might be his actual name. All right, we'll mention him on. They triple to right. Back goes Gordon, and the pass ends up being incomplete. That was intended for Isaiah Kinsler, and in any case, Phillipsburg ball from their own 5-yard line. Let's see if the Franklin defense can stand up here. They do a handoff, and it ends up going to about the 8 or 9-yard line, probably about a 3 or 4-yard pickup, so 2nd and 6 coming up. But I'll tell you one thing about
So good job by the offensive coordinator from Franklin to do from Phillipsburg.
2nd and we'll say about 7. They're going to pitch this one out. And not going to be too much room as, I'm talking about a mean pinball, bouncing and still running to about the 15 and maybe even for a 1st down. They're going to say the 16-yard line. You talk about a guy that doesn't give up. Matthew Quirtel just kept going and going. And
be a huge boost for Franklin.
But they need it soon. 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line, the I formation this thing.
Up back.
They're going to go the up back, and he's going to cross to about the 20, 25-yard line. Might be another 10 yards and possibly another 1st down there.
Yeah, they're right at the sticks. They're going to wave him up. That's a 1st down.
Yeah, Bobby Curry.
Yeah, they gave it to the up back. Everybody was watching the
little split back action here. 1st and 10 for the 26-yard line. And there's a handoff, breaking through a hole, crossing the 30. And Phillipsburg's just pushing the line all the way down to the 37-yard line. These Phillipsburg backs do not go down without a fight, and there's another 11 yards.
Yeah.
Now they're all the way to 37 already. So Franklin's still trying to find an answer as to how to stop them. They haven't been able to do so yet. Here on 1st down. Handoff to the outside. There's Quirtel. Big hole. He's got trouble. To the 40, to the 30. Slams on the brake and goes out of bounds around the 25-yard line. Boy, you talk about a big run. Quirtel came through, and Isaiah McKenzie. Different rules for high school in some cases, such as this being one of them. So 1st and 21 into shotgun is Reese, and he's going to call his own number. And he'll get to about the 31-yard line, a gain of 5 on the play. But I'll tell you what, you talk about speed on the play. Dylan Millman, the sophomore, on the part of Millman, I mean, you get the speed coming off the edge there. I mean, that's important stuff. 2nd and 16 from the 31. A fumbled snap, and Reese got the run, and he wound up losing yards to the 22. Like I said, Franklin needed something to happen. They got it. Now, they didn't recover the football, but they Hardsville the alpha here. Ball spotted at the 22-yard line. Reese again to shotgun. He's going to call his number. He'll cross the 30. Has a block. Look out. He'll get to the 40. And oh my goodness, a 1st down crossing midfield down to the 43. There are no flags on the play. And some great blocking by that experienced offensive line. Now the full house pretty much. 1st and 10 at the Franklin 44-yard line. There's Quirtel again crossing into the 35-yard line and picking up 9 on that play before being brought down by Ricardo Hooks. In here on the feed here on Facebook Live here as we're watching Phillipsburg and Franklin. 2nd and a yard and a shotgun as Reese looking. He's going to lob it, and it is knocked away incomplete. That had a chance of being intercepted, believe it or not, because that had a lot of airtime. I think Quirtel was the intended receiver, but that hung in the air. We'll get it fixed. No big deal.
No worries.
Last second substitution now on 3rd and a yard to go split back. Reese under center. They're going to hand it up. It's an easy 1st down. Getting through the blocking. Now a flag goes down as he gets to the 27. Let's see if there's a hold.
It's going to be a hold.
It's coming back. It's coming back. Another hold on Phillipsburg, 2nd of this drive.
Yeah, they held the defensive end right there.
And I think it's important because Franklin needs to get a break. I mean, remember, they couldn't stop Phillipsburg on 3rd and 25 here. And now a 10-yard penalty for holding gives them another chance. So Phillipsburg has committed 3 of the 4 penalties in this game. So they're going to do a great job, too. So crazy shouts to those guys. 3rd and 9 from the 43-yard line. Here's Reese back to pass under a rush screen to Quintel. He is stopped beautifully at the 45-yard line by Isaiah McKenzie, the junior. He says, "You're not getting by." Loss. Immediately going back is Taj Hyman. And we're going to show that play after the punt. We'll get queued up. Maybe a standstill end zone camera. Who knows? As the full moon is peeking out here on Friday the 13th. Yes, on the I had to go there. I hate to say. All right, a low snap. They are coming, but a good point. And Hyman saying, "I don't want it."
Get away! Oh, it hit him! It hit him!
It went off of there. It went off of Franklin.
Gotta get out of the way.
Phillipsburg gets it. Talk about bad awareness on the part of Franklin.
Wow.
They just gave Phillipsburg another 35 yards, and they get the ball back. Franklin, as now Phillipsburg has 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. They'll send Curry in motion. Quintel another carry to the 10, to 5, and it's an easy goal, I believe. Yes, it is. Welcome. I mean, it's just a very simple play, and very quickly they're going to go for the extra point. Gomez with the snap, the kick, and through the wind, the kick is good.
And get the momentum back on your side, and then go in halftime and make some adjustments. Definitely need some defensive adjustments here.
Okay, so Phillipsburg will kick this off. High and end over end, and taken at the 5-yard line.
He's got a crease.
Nah, not much of one,
He didn't get to
unfortunately,
it.
because
Closed before he got
they
there.
closed it so fast. And Craig had here helped on the tackle to stop McQuilla. 1st and 10, they'll say the 19-yard line.
Fumble.
And Gordon fumbles the snap, and Phillipsburg may
Phillipsburg's
have
got
fallen
it.
on it.
Yeah, the nose guard fell on it.
Yeah, Phillipsburg's claiming they got it. Yep, they do. Another turnover on Franklin. Just a bad exchange, major mistakes. And now Phillipsburg is getting very close to running away with this one. Now on 1st down, Reese back. He's looking. He'll take a shot at the end zone. And the receiver fell down. And he just lost his footing. Pass ends up being incomplete.
Yeah, and it was almost, I don't want it to go away. I don't want it to go away.
I know, but we'd have to go to the equator to do that. 2nd and 10 from the 18-yard line. Let's see what happens. They're going to hand it off. Up there he is again. An easy goal from 18 yards out. Boy, he just made this look easy. Matthew Quintel, his 2nd touchdown of the game, and it only took 2 plays to do it. And let's just say this, only took 20.
There's nothing really they can do right now. They got to make some adjustments here. That defensive line's got to shift when they see that overload to the side they're running to.
A low snap, and the extra point comes up to make it 28-0 in favor of Phillipsburg with 4:01 left. How does Franklin respond? Hey, you got to go with something positive here. I mean, and something positive on our. We're getting a lot of viewership here tonight, and we want to just let you guys know, hey, come follow HSG Network and tell your friends about high school football, which you'll be checking out here as the kickoff is taken at the 5-yard line. Let's see if there's a hole. Oh, what a collision down to the 23-yard line. That was Taj Hyman. He has some speed, but Phillipsburg has some speed on special teams too.
Yeah, he had again, just like the last kickoff, he had a crease
like this. But 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line. They got Gordon in a shotgun. 4 receivers back to the left. They're sending Ricardo Folks in motion, and the right side moves.
Yeah.
And this time, we have a false start on Franklin.
Yeah, for sure that was a false start. He jumped positive. No penalties, no fumbles, no turnovers. Let's move the ball. And Phillipsburg showing double blitz again.
All right, and this is going to be a pass for Gordon on 1st and 15. He'll roll to his left, and he'll fire, and the pass ends up being incomplete. That went, if we can see, it went in the direction of Ricardo Folks, the junior. And one thing about Franklin, now they've been mostly penalty-free. They've only committed 2 penalties.
Going to do that, get some confidence again.
All right, same 4-receiver formation. Back to the left for Gordon on 2nd and 15 from the 18. Oh, a wide snap, and the pass is going to be caught, but for short yardage to about the 22-yard line. And that was caught by Isaiah Kinsler before getting knocked down by Jalil Terrell.
Yeah, so that's going to bring up a 3rd and 9.
Distract the Franklin offense. That's a little bit interesting. Anyway, they're going to go triple on the far side on 3rd and 9 for the 24. And here is Gordon. He's going to gun one deep on the right side. And that's going to be interference. It's 15 yards.
Defense, yes,
yep,
sir.
Definitely interference. That was intended. and you're going to spot at the 39-yard line. So Franklin, a new lease on life, 1st and 10. They're going to triple the near side this time. Here's Gordon with a screen pass, and that's going to be taken with a big burst of speed.
He's going to go.
The 50, the 40, the 30. You might as well get a hot dog, and welcome to the end zone. Donnell McQuilla. Point. So after scoring 82 consecutive points, here's the snap. Extra point on its way. Sire Bampo Perry, boom. The kick is good to make it 28-7. The HSG Network, as I'm sure they're going to come up with a very nice show for all of you. All right, here we go with a kickoff. And it's launched all the way back to about the 3-yard line. Moving to his right, crossing the 20. Oh, big hole. Look out. To the 30, to the 40. May have one man to beat, but there's a flag down, so it may not matter. Down to the 47. But usually during the return, 99% of the time, a hold or an illegal block. And even Coach Petch is saying, move it back.
That's right. Yeah, and that's exactly what he just signaled.
And that's what Howard just giving us a little bit of clarification here.
It's a tough call.
Well, it happens, and remember, high school's a little bit different.
Yeah.
Here is a keeper for Rees, and Rees will get to about the 40, maybe the 41, and get a gain of 5 out of it. So remember, he kept it. I think he had one of the key plays in this game.
Trying to get this ball moving. They're going to try and put another one in before halftime.
Okay, Rees is back in the shotgun, and he almost just knocked off in the pass. Oh, missed tackle. It is caught and getting to and a big hit. And all the way down to the 49-yard line. And
that's Tommy Curry again.
Boy, Tommy was probably like, oh, no, you don't. All right, Rees in the shotgun. They're going to go 3 wide slot right this time. 1st and 10 from the 49. Read option and read nicely by the defender, which this time is Beata Wilder, the junior, who stops Rees. Immediately, Phillipsburg gets a 2nd and 8.5, and I think the referees are like, you're going too fast. That's a false start.
Yeah, I think he was. Not everybody was set when he snapped the ball.
We weren't set.
Yeah.
So it's a 5-yard penalty because we weren't set.
They were still trying to get into position and get ready.
45. They're going to go 3 wide slot right again. Back to the right of Rees in the shotgun. He'll take the snap. No step drop. Good slant. Pass caught in the 40 and down to the 31. That's an easy first down, an easy catch for Ray Paremba, the senior. And he was able
to play. The DBs were looking in the backfield, didn't see the slant.
Here's Rees in the shotgun under a rush. They're going to go middle screen. And crossing the 30 to the 20, and he's going to have the hat trick in the 2nd quarter. Welcome to the end zone once again, Matthew Quittel. This one on the receiving end.
10 yards downfield, he broke the tackle, and he was gone after that.
And it also says something about Phillipsburg's conditioning to go fast forward almost flawlessly here. Here's the extra point on its way to make it 3rd response unit from our Wiley Drive Firehouse. So again, you can call 911 for an emergency or for rental inquiries, the Elizabeth Avenue Volunteer Fire Company, Station 26. As we have the kickoff, it's 732-356-5272. Ball goes in the end zone to kickoff for a touchback, so Franklin will get the ball, I believe, at the 20? The 20-yard line. I know in some leagues taking care of business over in the area and doing a good job.
He's looking warm out there.
I would hope so. He's got a sweater on. All right, 1st and 10. They're going to run this one, crossing the 25, and now he's going to reverse gears, go through another tackle, and go down to the 28-yard line. That's some nice second effort by Donnell McQuilla. He's the one who had the long touchdown reception on the last drive. He would not go down. Remember, Franklin will get the ball to start the second half, down 35-7. They just want to try and rest everyone up and try and get everything reset. They'll go I formation, so another safe play. Run and maybe getting a yard to the 29-yard line, and that was a Dijon punt on the part of Franklin, which allowed them to score 2 plays later.
Yeah, they got a big stop there, and then the muff punt just kind of killed that momentum for them.
Okay, so we're about ready to start the second half here. Referee blows the whistle, and away we go for half number 2, and it's a kickoff that it will be just brought into the end zone for a touchback. Remember, once it breaks the plane of the end zone, it's an automatic touchback. So Franklin will get 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. By the way, getting the other one wrong. On a high snap, 1st and 10, middle screen. That one's caught, crossing the 30-34, and right away a positive play to start the second half as it's a 1st down. Pass caught. A replay up here. But anyway, 1st and 10 from the 35. Back to the I formation is the quarterback, Kevin Gordon. And Gordon will wheel around to his left. He could get hit. Oh, he got clobbered at the 23-yard line. Ends up being a loss of 12. Somebody must have missed an assignment on the left side.
Yeah, it looked like that was supposed to be a naked bootleg, and then he was going
to things that are working. But the difference in this game, I think they've been overpowered a lot, but at the same time, also mental mistakes and lack of execution, which Phillipsburg has clearly pounced on.
Yeah, when you're playing a good team like Phillipsburg, you cannot have mental mistakes and turnovers.
All right, here's a shotgun on 2nd and 21. They're going to throw it to the right, and it is almost intercepted at the 32-yard line. That was very close to being picked off, and that was an errant pass. Tommy Corey, remember, he had 2 touchdown receptions in the first quarter. He almost came away with a pick there. As I know Ratliff checks out. A couple of last-second substitutions. Now they're going to evenly divide the receivers and a back to the left of Gordon. 3rd and 21, and they're going to go safe. Oh, it didn't work. Only getting about a yard to the 25-yard line. Phillipsburg's defense read that beautifully and ended up forcing only a 1-yard gain on the part of DeJohn Thomas.
Yeah, they
really did not. So they're going to bring the punter, who is also the kicker, Asari Bampo Perry, who will try and punt this one off. The returner standing at his own 44. A high snap. Took a while to get to him, but he was able to get it away, and it might have been partially blocked, and it will roll out of bounds. And Phillipsburg will end up starting in plus territory at people, which we'll get to in a little bit. That's a big list here, but trying to read it horizontally. But 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line. And here he is again. Handoff going to about. Oh, he's still not going down. He's still pushing his way, crossing the 40, and all the way down there for a gain of 8 yards. Matthew Quittel, 3. So it's a 2nd and a yard. Ball spot at the 39-yard line. They're going to go 2 receivers to the left in an I format. Let's see what happens as Rees will take it. Inside out, and the up man is going down to the 33-yard line. Isaiah Craighead, he moves the chains for a 1st down, a gain of 6 at the 33-yard line.
Yeah, that's the second time we've seen him do that.
7 lead. And once again, they'll line up 2 receivers on the left side. A lot of different formations. I was actually very surprised to see with Phillipsburg, but everything's been working so far. Again, the handoff, crossing the 30 to the 28. Again, it's Craighead for the gain of 5. Other people we want to mention, we also want to send crazy shouts to equipment manager Tom Asavichin, and the athletic secretary is Joanne. I'm not going to try to pronounce that name. I apologize. But anyway, on 2nd down, Rees tries to throw it. It's almost intercepted. That ball was tapped. Ends up going incomplete. That was almost intercepted. Andrew James, the senior, was the one who got a piece of it and almost forced an interception. So 3rd and 5 from the 28-yard line. Looks, they're going to go to counterplay, and it's probably going to work because Bobby Corey was able to get to the 22, and the 3rd and 5 results in 6 and another 1st down.
Yeah, he faked the pitch, and then he had the
list. It's like, I'm sorry if I missed a couple of people, but that's but hey, it happens. Hey, you just go by what you got here. So 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line. Here's Rees rolling to his left. He'll take a shot in the end zone, just a little bit too high, incomplete. That was not a bad idea, but it's Christian Chuli, the senior, who that ball was intended to, but that was just way high and overthrown. Could have been defensive holding too. Folks and Millman on the coverage. 2nd and 10 as they send Wambald in motion to the right. But it's still going to be a handoff up the middle and bouncing off a couple players. Took a little while for him to go down, but he did. And about the 20-yard line, once again, Matthew Quittel.
Yeah, good job.
It is 3rd and 7 from the 20-yard line after a 3-yard pickup. Another inside handoff on 3rd down, and that doesn't go too far as the ball goes to the 18-yard line. So forces another 2-yard pickup. Again, Quittel. But
the yards than you do. I don't know if they do.
All right, well, they're going to go for it on 4th and 5 from the 18-yard line. Oh, did Franklin jump?
They did.
Oh, my goodness. And, yeah, that's what the FR official's saying. It's going to be a neutral zone infraction on Franklin. And once again, well, Not sure it's going to make a difference with this Phillipsburg offense. 1st and 10 for the 13. Here's a handoff bouncing to about the 10, maybe the 9-yard line. I believe that was Robert Sutton, the senior, with a carry this time around. So it forces us.
I think it's more of a mental thing than a physical change to the defense.
And possibly exhaustion could have something to do with it,
for
too.
For sure.
2nd and 6 from the 9-yard line. Here's another carry. And this time Sutton keeps pushing and pushing. He looks like he's going to be maybe a little short of a first down by about 1.5 yards. He's going to spot at the 5-yard line. So another 3rd and 2 from the 5. And again, very quickly, Phillipsburg up to the line. This is what Franklin's had trouble with in this game here. And it's going to be a keeper for Rees, who pinballs his way to about the 1. It's still going to be a first down, 1st and goal from the 1. So 3 straight. Well, here, well, speaking of talk about stepping down, that is Quittel, who is given the score. His 4th of the game, 3rd on the ground. Quittel with a 1-yard touchdown run extends Phillipsburg's lead. And I'll tell you what, I think he's Gomez, who's 5 for 5 on that, looking for number 6. The snap and the kick on its way, and there it is, 6 for 6. That makes it 42-7 on this team. One of the key areas of a contention was the offensive line, as we see the kickoff head down, and it's a live ball. Don't forget, you got to pick it up. He does at the 8-yard line. He's not going to get much further than that, down to maybe the 12, and that's it. Took a little bit of a crazy bounce and stayed in. Very tough opponents to start the year. Remember, this year they began the season at Piscataway. Normally that was a Thanksgiving Day game, but this year everything has basically changed with the schedules and stuff like that. As Gordon is going to try to throw up the middle. And a nice catch, but hanging on to the ball for a first down and a 13-yard pickup is Noah Ratliff. Their way and get back to prominence. And obviously one thing Coach Petch told me is the pace of this offense is going to be one of the keys this year. Everyone's moving a little bit faster. Here's Gordon throwing a little screen up to, and a missed tackle. Down to the 35-yard line is Taj Hyman. Now, Hyman caught the touchdown pass last week against Piscataway, and this sophomore looks like he's
average defense out there for Phillipsburg here in the second half.
Up 35 points as we're winding down here in the third quarter. 2nd down. Here's Gordon now going back. He's going to throw to his right. Pass is tipped, and it's incomplete. That came close to being intercepted. Nearest there, Ray Paremba, and nearly diving for it is the senior Matt Kowalczyk, who nearly made a diving. All right, so it is 3rd and about 1 yard. They're going to say about 2. They're at the 36-yard line. They need to get to the 38 for a first down. 3 wide slot right. A very high snap. And the pass is caught by Hyman. Hyman
got the first.
Yes, he did. Gets to the 38 for a first down. Now, folks, we just want to let you know the clock is running on the field. This is a state rule. We want to let everybody will continue on for the rest of the game as long as the score is 35 or greater. So 1st and 10 now for Franklin at the 38-yard line. Gordon in the shotgun. Again, a high snap. He dropped the ball. He may have to fall on it, but no, he's going to run himself and ends up getting 1 yard. And then the ground, he loses the ball again, but the ground caused the fumble, so it ends up being a 1-yard gain. He's checking this thing out. We are so happy and appreciative that you are checking this game out as we see here on a 2nd down. Here's a high pass, and it's caught, and trying to get to the receivers down to about the 48-yard line is Isaiah Kinsler, and that may be 7 p.m. kickoff time, and right here on the HSG Network. Please tell your friends, follow HSG Network. We have a lot of good things here, and we do a lot of things, especially high school football, other leagues and stuff like that. As Gordon keeps the ball, gets the first down, is still running, gets hit down about the 44. So gain of 8 on the play for Gordon as Frank. Tell your friends, follow HSG Network on Facebook, and let them know, hey, we got football for you. Plenty of it. All right, 1st and 10 from the 43. Here's a low ball incomplete, and it was a low throw that was intended for Isaiah Kinsler. Running clock when the score is 35 or more points difference, so that's why the running clock right now. 2nd and 10 from the 43-yard line. Brown in here, he's in the shotgun, looking. He's going to take a deep ball in double coverage, and it's picked off. At about the 12-yard line, running it back is Kristen Chuli. He gets turned over like a Bray Wyatt suplex down to 40, but a very nice return. Franklin ends up turning the ball over for the 3rd time, but I'll tell you what, nice return. All right, so Phillipsburg with the ball at the 40-yard line, 1st and 10. They've also changed quarterbacks. They're going to run this. They're going to bring their JV
Fumble.
people.
There's a fumble.
There's a fumble on the play. Could it be Franklin
It looks like
ball?
Franklin got the ball.
Well, we'll see what the officials say.
They're going to say he was down?
It could be.
No,
it is Franklin
Franklin's
ball.
ball.
How about that? That the carrier was Dennis Perez, the senior. By the way, the new quarterback in is junior Matthew Garrett. They say start at the Phillipsburg 36-yard line. And let's see what Kevon Gordon can do. He'll take the snap. He looks under a rush. Going to throw a little screen.
He's got plenty
roll
of room
around
there,
to the
plenty of
left,
room.
crossing the 30, and he tried to get him by his shirt.
Got the
Didn't
first
quite
down.
work. It got him 11 to the 25 and a first down. I almost look like a horse collar, but you talk about hanging on for dear life and still not going down like a minion. He was able to keep going like Phillipsburg's been pushing.
Was that after the play? I didn't see it during the play.
It might have been because those chains are not moving, and they're going to move things all the way back to the 45-yard line. Oh, and it's going to be a personal foul against Franklin, probably unsportsmanlike or 17 yards from the end, but it is 1st and now 20. So basically the equivalent of a holding penalty for Franklin there. All right, they go 4 wide this time as Gordon takes the snap. He'll throw left, and another nice catch to about the 35-yard line. Isaiah Kinsler backing at it again, and this time he gets the yards back +1 that he lost, so gain of 10 on that one.
Yeah, so it's 2nd and 9. They're in good balls, and they're waiting at the defense jumps on them.
Okay, they're going to go the same formation. Back to the right of Gordon on 2nd and 9. He'll take the snap, looking. He's going to go for the whole thing. And there's a man open. No, a little short. It's incomplete. That was intended for Jelani Devonish Winter. He's a junior, and it looked like it was a little short, and it ends up being 3rd down. Meanwhile, Winter is down the end zone. He might be shaking up a little bit.
Send us a message. Which one is it that's entertaining?
Well, I'm going to send you a message that it's 3rd and 9 from the 35-yard line, and this is going to be a rollout play, and Gordon will fire a little too high, incomplete.
Yeah, he had him. He just couldn't get it to him. He was there for it would have been close to a 1st down right there.
Yeah, and
that was a good fake. I mean, it was a good ball fake. The defense went with the ball fake, and he was able to have that receiver open. He just couldn't get it to him. Good job by the coaching staff to keep your team motivated, to keep them playing, and not give up when you're losing like this.
Here's Gordon on 4th and 9, looking. He's going to take a shot. There's
Got
a
him.
man open.
Oh, he
dropped incomplete. It looked like it may have picked up a little bit short. Taj Hyman was the guy, but it looked like it landed a little bit low, and he could not get his hands under it enough. And
15 yards earlier in the route, he'll get those completions.
And sometimes it's a matter of placement and experience, too, and that may have had something to do with it. All right, so Phillipsburg ball as its 1st down as there's a run. Oh, my goodness. This man's a tough guy. That is Raekwon Dixon, the sophomore, getting some action down to the 39-yard line again. But as I said with Hyman, I mean, obviously, given last year against Elizabeth, a big surprise. I mean, sometimes huge breaks come along your way. You take advantage of them, you know. So 2nd and 6, and basically it's going to be all running from this point on. Now this time with a turn and maybe getting a yard on the play is Joe Jones, the junior, who's able to pick up a yard to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, so we're starting to see Phillipsburg get some other guys into the game and get some playing time and some learning.
He shouts to an Albert Hyperat. I can't see that far away. Wants to acknowledge, just saying thank you for the broadcast. Hey, we thank you for tuning in and for everyone else checking things out on HSG Network. So we definitely appreciate you as well. 3rd down, it ends up being a handoff to the 44-yard line. Raekwon Dixon again. They're about a yard short, so I would have to say Phillipsburg will punt the ball game. Something like 42-37, but hey, we'll get there in a couple weeks. But let's finish this one off. As on 4th down, it's going to be a draw on a 1st down and more down to the 48-yard line by the quarterback, Matthew Garrity, who came in on the last possession, and that's pretty much going to wrap and tie the shoe for this one.
Yeah, and that's what I would expect them to do. The 42-7 win, and that's what they want to do here. They want to keep that point differential to get that power ranking, so that 54-0 last week, 42-7 this week. You don't want to give them an opportunity to make it 42-14 because then that hurts your
formation for Phillipsburg. So this is a very good team, and like I said, their head coach. I mean, he hasn't had a losing season yet, And he went 7-3 the last 2 years. And look, they're on their way with a 2-0 start. Franklin to fall to 0-2 as victory formation is being set up here. So,
yeah, they're gonna let it run down. They're gonna wait for the 10-second count from the referee, and then he's gonna snap it and kneel on it.
So they only have to do it once, and then that's going to be
Yeah,
it.
this should be the last play right here.
But you know what? Hey, entertaining is what we try and do, even if the game may not necessarily be. Oh, there's a. I'm at least hoping that you and I were able to entertain as much as possible. Oh, wait, an official timeout. So not ready for the clock to hit zeros just yet. But who is your player in the game for Phillipsburg?
You know, the running back had a hell of a game. I thought he should probably be the player to
ground. One receiving to end the first half. And there's the kneel down and bring out Porky Pig, and that's all, folks, music, because that is the end of the game. So what would you say, Frank?